Happy Woke White Wednesday. Have you guys ever heard the phrase, everyone's a little bit racist? I have. I think it used to be like a song by who, like Tom Green or something. I can't find it, but if you know what I'm talking about, send it to me, please. I know when people hear everyone's a little bit racist, you're like, wait, I'm not racist, me over here. Most times I'd be the first one to jump in because I'm pretty open and accepting, and I'm like, I'm not racist, but I also believe in science. So I do know that I am, and so are you. I'm gonna do something, white people, that you guys don't really like to have done to you, and I'm gonna generalize you for a moment. So I feel that most white people say to me or others in conversations that I overhear, I'm not racist. I think everyone is equal. I don't see color. I treat everyone the same. That's great. I'm really glad that you guys feel that you do that. But I'm going to defunk that whole thing with a little something we like to call implicit bias. I know you guys have heard that term, implicit or unconscious bias, before, so we're going to talk about what does that even mean? Well, implicit bias is the tendency to process information based on unconscious associations and feelings, even when these are contrary to your conscious doctrine or beliefs. That's right, everyone. We're all a little bit racist. It's time to just admit it and learn what we can do to get past it. So a couple years ago, I found Harvard's implicit bias test, and I was like super into it because I'm like, I'm the most open person I know. I'm white and black. I love everyone. I don't judge. I never judge. I want to be friends with everyone. I'm super open. So I took the test, and I also asked my mom to take the test. Now, there are a lot of implicit bias tests. Why? Because we're humans, and we're biased against almost any and everything that is different than us. As a matter of fact, research shows that babies as young as 6 to 9 months old show a bias towards their own race. Wow. So that means your little innocent newborn who can't even speak yet or tell you what it wants and cries all the time and only eats and poops, it's racist. You have a racist child. We all were. We all are. We need to, I think, just be comfortable with that fact. Breathe in, breathe out, move on. That's because what we think of as normal is based off of our own personal experience and doesn't actually hold any real truth. It doesn't come from a common core of truth in our hearts. Everything that we know to be true or understand, the things we've experienced in the world, those are through our own personal lens. You and I can be in the same room with the same people and have a totally different experience. It's like we're in the same temperature controlled climate. I'm freezing, you're hot. Even though we're in the same place, we're all different. Our unique experiences have made us to be the individuals that we are, but it also causes us to have biases that are unique to us. That's also because, specifically with black and whites, we grow up, live, and thrive in totally different environments. Black and white people often do not share the same neighborhood. We do not share the same wealth, the same income, the same police interactions, and those give us totally different lenses in which we view the world. Your personal life experience forms your own unique implicit biases. So, several years ago, I learned about some tests. Harvard University had implicit bias tests. So many tests, young versus old, able-bodied versus disabled, cisgender, transgender. I mean, like anything that we could be biased against was there. So I was like, cool, let me take it. I'm open. I'm going to pass with flying colors. No biases here. Never, never, ever. I also encouraged my mom to take it. And I took the black versus white test. So did she. We both took the tests. What you do is click through. You see photos of fair-skinned or white people, dark-skinned or black people, and then there's also word associations. So it gives you your score based on how fast you make these associations by clicking. My score, you guys, I'm going to be real honest and let you in on a little personal secret. my score came back that I was biased towards favoring white people, which is so crazy to me because, for one, I don't believe that's true. For two, I'm black. And for three, when you were showing me pictures of black men, I was like, yes, yes, yes. I love black men. If you show me a photo of a black man and a white man, I will always choose the black man. I will jump up and down for the black man. I just love black men. I was so confused that I came out with these results. My mom, on the other hand, who's, let me put it in perspective for you, like a 60-year-old white woman, she came out as neutral. She had no bias one way or the other. And when I was talking to her about this morning, I was like, I just don't understand how two black people, because I also encouraged my best friend to take it. She had the same results as me, favorable towards fair-skinned people. But I don't understand how two black women can show favoritism towards white people, and then the 60-year-old white woman shows nothing. She's just freaking neutral. How'd she do that? And my mom pointed out a really good fact. She said, consider that years and years of knowing your biases and working really, really hard to, sorry about my cat, to correct them and change them. And I want to let you guys know that I think the whole point of today is that we are all a little bit racist. We're all racist. We all show biases in life about everything. It's natural, it's normal, it's okay, and it's unavoidable. What can we do is the point here. I know in my personal life, I date almost exclusively black men. I love a black man, I just said that. But it's not always by choice. That's for another day. However, I'm also only seeking out people different than me right now. So I want friends of different races. I have chosen primarily black friends. My daily choices in life cancel out any implicit bias that I have. And I also said the same thing to my best friend. We were both born in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. We've lived here our whole life. We've seen a ton of white men. We have seen probably more white people in our early formative years than we did black people. Maybe not her because she comes from a black family. But we live in a state that's like 97% Caucasian. So chances are there's a lot of white people around us at any given moment. We need to make sure that our actions speak loudly against our unconscious biases. And we'll never be able to truly do that unless you know what your biases are. Quit acting scared about being racist or being biased. We all are. I recommend you all to go take this test. I will do my best to link them below, but we all know how I am with technology. So if that doesn't work out, I will put them on my Facebook. Please go take them, learn what your biases are. And the next step is to learn what you can do to counter these biases. It's only achievable once you know what you are biased against. And I'm assuming most of us have never taken these tests because I hadn't even heard of them until several years ago. There's also really, really interesting data on these tests and a map that even shows how implicitly biased each state is. And it shows that implicit bias is most prominent in the southern states. Not to say we don't have it in Iowa, because we do. But it also said that the numbers might not be a fair representation because the majority of people that have taken these tests are younger, which mean that they are more open due to what? The situations that they were raised in and their environments, their personal experiences. So the good news, I think, for that is that the younger generation is becoming more woke. That's all we can ask for. So today's takeaways, peeps, please go to the page for implicit bias tests. Learn what your implicit biases are. There's so many, more than just black and white. Take them all. And once you know what they are, strive daily to act in ways that counter your unconscious mind. That's the only way we're going to move past it. I love you guys. Have a super day. Thanks for tuning in. Stay woke, stay white.